Yeah, not gonna lie. I'm not feeling right up to talking right now. I just know that I got a bunch of draws that I've been sitting on doing, and I guess I just want to do them before I forget. Got all these rubies sitting around here, so I might as well see if I actually get anything special. I had good luck with Komodo Peach that I missed on screen, so I'd like to actually get something cool on screen for this. So I'll probably be doing this, do any FE Hero free draws I'm sitting on, go from there. And I have noticed I've been lacking on some things in... Welp. At least it got cooler. Birthday girl. Kind of a fitting part to get considering the date I'm recording this on. I do have a bit of birthday stories, but I was thinking of saving it for another time. Cause getting all the freaking levels up at this point. That's cool, I guess. I mean, I'm not... I thought Baby Rosalina would be a little bit more adorable than that. It's got like cute and weird at the same time. And of course another Koopaling. How many more Koopalings will I end up getting? I'm not really sure if I even got anything too worthwhile out of that. This is apparently a gold class car, which is pretty nice, I suppose. I kind of got a few level ups for a couple other vehicles. I do use this glider, or at least like to use it quite a bit, so I guess that's nice too. Not as good as the last drawing session, and honestly, I'm just gonna save my freaking rubies for the next one, because next one's Halloween, and I did take a little look in advance. Looks like we're finally getting Green Mario, guys. Won't that be cool? I forgot that I left this in the middle of a freaking recording of a Tempest trial, so I guess I do have a little bit of story time after all. No, let me go to the settings first though. So while I'm going through the story time and all, well, what I meant to say is we're gonna have a little bit of story time while I'm going through this. This is why I didn't want to do story time. I'm a little bit tired. It's almost 10. Didn't play as many video games on my birthday as I want, but I was freaking out for like 4 hours in Pokemon Go, so I think it kind of balances out. Had a pretty nice time in the Pokemon Go world. Maybe if I remember, I'll edit in some things. If not, I'll just wait until the next real game show recording session, and when I actually pull up Pokemon Go, talk more about it. But I got quite a few cool things. Got myself a Shadow Sableye. I was able to do an EX raid. The Mewtwo wasn't anything too special for me personally, because I already got Shadow Ball Mewtwo. Side Strike kind of outclasses it in every single way, minus being a ghost attacker. But you have Origin Form Giratina for that. But I guess with still something. Did you just freaking get 30 SP just from one KO? You are getting all the... You're getting all the something in all the wrong places. Can't quite put my finger on what. Yeah, let's just go around and use the healer as a shield. That'll add insult to injury. But hey, on top of that, I got myself some cool Darkrai's. Did like maybe 3 or 4 Darkrai raids in that time frame. In the process, getting myself a pretty good Darkrai. I forget exactly. I know some people recognize percentages more than I've used specifics, but I stopped paying attention to percentages ever since the appraisal system got improved, because a percentage, what does a percentage mean in the whole grand scheme of things? Point being, it was pretty darn good. It's a freaking 14... No, actually, it had perfect attack and 14 out of 15 IVs in the other 2 stats. So I got a gut feeling that's going to be the Darkrai that I end up powering up at the end of the day. Uh-oh. Where did my Lynn go? This cannot be good. I mean, if Chrome freaking murders everything, even things that he's technically weak to in the weapon triangle, I get the feeling we'll be at least semi-okay. But yeah, that Dark Eye was pretty good. I'm a little sad because I had to say goodbye to my Con Bravo Gibble today. I was doing a lucky trade with someone and we're trying to figure out what to trade because couldn't do a special trade because the trading partner already did a trade that day. I was going back and forth between Gibble and Drillbur. I already got a lucky Drillbur from Trapinch Community Day, so I ultimately decided on Gibble. Thankfully it was not in vain though, because that lucky Gibble turned out to be perfect IVs. So I have, whenever I get enough candies, I have a perfect guard chump. Only downside is I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get a guard chump now until whenever Gibble Community Day happens. Because I mean, with how viable and loved Gibble is, I feel like a community day of it is inevitable. It's just a matter of when. It might not even be until like 6 months from now. But it's gotta happen eventually. And I'll at least have a really good guard jump for that time frame. And that's all good in of itself. It's gonna kind of bother me that I have a whole my Pokedex though, but at least I got plenty of Gem 5 to catch up on to keep me occupied until I can fill that whole Gem 4 up. And that's all cool. In between one of the Dark-Eye raids, I was checking out Rocket Stops, and I got myself quite a few new Shadow Pokemon in the process. Sorry to make you extinct and experience your worst nightmare, Yarn, but someone had to go, and it wasn't going to be me. As I was saying though, got myself a Shadow Cacnea, a Shadow Duskull, and Shadow Sableye. And if we could take a moment to just appreciate how cool Shadow Sableye looks. Like, it's the same design difference that pretty much every other Shadow Pokemon has. And yet it just works so much better for Sableye. I think it's my favorite Shadow Pokemon that's been released in the Go so far. Because his eyes are jewels. It pretty much turns it into like this ruby eye Pokemon. It looks like a shiny form, the way the eyes are designed. Which is good because like the only thing I didn't get on this otherwise perfect birthday day Pokemon Go adventure was a shiny Pokemon. And I feel like it was grinding pretty hard between like going out Thursday night to get Pokemon Go stuff. I'll admit, like Friday I was like out with my mom for birthday dinner, so I didn't do too much Pokemon Going besides what I could reach from the car. Saturday I should say, felt like a bit of a mess. Like, just felt like I did so little on Saturday, and I didn't even give myself enough proper time to chill. But I definitely made out for not doing too much walking, because I guess I can't complain too much. I did walk Saturday. I got myself a bit of walking by going to the park, but it was the one park that's not really too active, doesn't have too many stops, and spawns aren't quite what I like. But it's a nice area to walk in, so that's the reason I ended up in that mess. Certainly made up for it in Sunday. I thought I'd like stock up on items a little bit more, but I guess with so many raids, even with all the extra walking I did in between, it wasn't quite enough. Let's see what I have to draw. I know there's a few free ones, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So I gotta get something from me. The old Trick or Defeat set, which is good because I think I'm still looking for Noe. And I guess another Zoro wouldn't hurt. I did try to treat myself as much as possible on first date. I feel like I didn't squeeze as much in, but that's my own fault for being out for so long. I did like help myself to a nice breakfast. Made myself a breakfast quesadilla with some French toast. And I haven't had a French toast in a while. Of course, the one time I really want a red, there's no red in the frickin' draw. I must conserve my orbs though. They could be useful another time. And I guess the only thing I really talked about my birthday dinner. We had a nice dinner at home. And we had homemade ice cream cake for dessert. All that was pretty nice in and of itself. I guess part of the reason why there wasn't really as much going on for this particular birthday date was because I spent pretty much all morning waiting to help my folks. Like, essentially, we make our own heat for the winter by burning firewood. It is almost the end of October, and we haven't done any firewood stuff, so I'm trying to be as lean as possible to try to help out, even to the point of going to Splitwood on my birthday. Even though, oh yeah, that was the thing that kinda, but not enough to really count as an excuse, cut into my time. My dad was been working a lot of overtime lately, so Saturday I went out to the woods with help of some family on his side to actually get some firewood to split. And we tried to split it, but we kind of just screwed up how to start the splitter. But my dad had off today. We were going to get started a bit earlier on in the day, but complications a little too personal for this came up. So I was left a little annoyed for a bit because I pretty much spent the entire morning just waiting around. And the minute I decided, you know what, screw this, I'm going to make my own plans, otherwise I'm not going to have a birthday left to celebrate, that's when I get the text saying that he's ready to split the wood. All's well that ends well though, because we did the splitting just fine. And I still got time to get out in time. And as you can tell from the fact that I was out for 4 hours, I definitely didn't miss out on anything. Like, maybe I could have got home a little sooner if I left a little earlier. But then I would have missed a raid or two. So I guess it'll balance out one way or another. I think that's all I really got. So, as much as I could just wait until I get to the end of this Tempest trial to end it off, I'm tempted to just end off here. Let me just double check to make sure, see exactly how many more stages we have left. Because if this is the last one or the second last one, we might as well just try to go all the way to the end. Alright, let's see if my two lone Heroes of Armor Shackle can handle all the long-range characters in the world. We are here together to get the answer to this quest. I mean, I kinda wish my phone had enough space to hold all the mobile games I've been interested in. I still have to check out Apple Arcade because I've heard a lot of good things about it. Pretty much games of quality that you would actually normally pay for, all on a subscription-based system. The one downside is I haven't really had a chance to explore it yet because I'm afraid of having enough space. I don't even have enough space for the games that I already play semi-consistently, to the point where I'm pretty much swapping between uninstalling and reinstalling a few of them, such as Mario Kart Tour, Pokemon Masters, and Dr. Mario World. But I'm only really uninstalling Mario Kart Tour when I need to make room for Pokemon Masters, because I've actually been kind of having fun with Mario Kart Tour, as I said before. It's just so easy to have one or two multiplayer matches, and they fit in quite well. Well, I think that rounds things up, so thanks for watching me ramble. I'm just gonna pull up Pokemon Go real quick so I can show rather than just tell some of the things I caught. Blizzard was probably some things on that Thursday night at the community college that or it's not a community college, but it's a college. There's probably a lot of cool stuff that I haven't showcased. So there's all the shadow Pokemon I caught today. Here's the sparkling Drago for all his glory. Here's the wonderful Darkrai. The mediocre Mewtwo. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't quite finish the Spiritomb quest yet, but pretty much got everything minus the visit new stops things. I made some progress on that. This is a pretty good Pikachu that I got pretty much the night Halloween was released. Got myself quite a few Litwicks, as you can see. Got myself a Shadow Buzz. Shadow Buzz might well be what we call the Shadow Electabuzz. And got myself a little Halloween Bulbasaur. Unfortunately, all the raids I've been to, granted keep in mind I didn't really stop by any gyms Friday and Saturday considering my situations. But still, I was like checking gyms pretty hard today, and that was the only one of the Halloween sets I found. I think something fun I should mention about the Litwick. I actually got my first Litwick before the Halloween event, pretty much the day of, before the event went live. So they definitely increased Litwick during Halloween, but I think I managed to get my first one before those odds take place. Oh, there's that lucky drill bird that I got from Trapinch Community Day. I think I talk about it during my Trapinch Community Day podcast. Yeah, if you don't know this, I should be uploading them to YouTube as well, but if you search Pokemon Go Fireside Chat on iTunes or Google Play, I have a little podcast series that I do. I haven't narrowed down the schedule quite yet, because one of them is pretty much a community. I pretty much do 2 different editorials a month now at this point. A general one that's pretty much either based on theme or current events in the game, and a second one that's just pretty much a retrospective of the community day that I went to recently. So if you listen to podcasts anyways, I recommend looking that up on the iTunes store, or Apple Podcasts, or whatever it's called. Well, I don't got too long. I'm just buying a little time for filler on the end of the birthday video, because I'm going to be going over it's another weekend from the last weekend already. I'm going to go over to help with some more firewood and that. But I figure at least squeeze in doing all the free draws in the meantime, because otherwise I'm not really get the chance to do so. Have I talked about the car saga lately? Because the last thing on it was just everyone pretty much gave up, and my advice was to trade it in, but to get rid of the engine light. Yeah, now that I say it out loud, it does sound a little bit familiar. I guess I'm very slowly trying to get into used car shopping, but it's a little bit discouraging to do so when I had the issues with my phone for so long. Alright. Go into Mario Kart now. After doing my bi-weekly budgeting, I guess I squeezed a little bit of time while I was watching vlogs, just going on to local car dealerships to see the general price range. And there are things within my price range, but it requires pretty much my entire nest savings that I was saving for moving out. So I'm probably gonna be like the rest of the general public and just take a car loan. But I mean, that much is realistic. Still, I've been holding out to these orbs. I kind of would like to have the Halloween Rosalina, but getting that on my first draw, when I got the Japanese Peach on the last draw, would be a little bit... it's a little too much to ask for, if I can say. What else we got in the draws here? Cause, man, that's a bit of a doozy. And it's all thanks to this stupid get 3 excellent curveballs. Or, I guess it's 3 excellent throws in a row. Technically, 3 excellent throws wouldn't be as hard as 3 excellent curveballs, but I'm so used to doing the freaking curveballs, it might actually be harder for me personally. Case in point, curveballs I can usually get at least consistently in an angle or straight on. Huh? Well, of course, once again, I do a game show recording, not realizing I forgot to dump all my footage, let's just say, and had shenanigans galore. I guess I haven't gotten Larry yet, and that means there's like 4 more Koopalings that I can still get, not including repeats. Oh yeah, I posted this on Instagram, but I didn't do a video on it. I did actually get the icon. It was in the shop. I had the coins stocked up from playing the game, so I figured why not, it's the character I want. I dove into the whole Halloween set to try to get something real cool, and I ended up getting Dry Bowser. That was pretty much my grand thing with the whole cool animation and all that. And I did some FE hero drawings too, but you didn't really miss out on anything. So as is, I did upgrade this B-Dasher again, so that's pretty cool in and of itself. Alright. I am trying to keep this short because reasons I said before, that even though I lost the footage, I do have the commentary still up, so I'll just freaking show some of my raid battles in that particular time frame, I guess. Because I did do some things last night for Halloween, but I'll talk more about it when I swap over to the other thing. Did I just say Halloween when we're not even in Halloween time? I meant to say last night I did do a bit of walking in the college, and in the process finally got the other 2 Halloween raid bosses. They were lucky enough to both show up, but unfortunately that's pretty much the only significant thing I got out of like maybe 2-3 hours of walking. It's a little bit of disappointment because I kind of went backtracking for, you know, what I'm trying to say is I went to a local game store to try to pick up some things because Extra Life is coming up soon. I know Steven George does charity streams in there, and I found a celebration of that because I'm working on a package to send over for mail vlog. I would add some games that were missing from the Wii collection because it's GameCube this year for Extra Life, but next year is going to be Nintendo Wii. And oh man, that's a tweet, because if you don't know, Steven George's Extra Life charity streams they go like this. He uses the Extra Life page to pretty much motivate different types of things different types of games to vote for. Everyone pulls in money to see certain games played, and whichever game has the most money gets played for about a 40-hour block. Then the next game, and then the next game, and etc. like that. If you want, you could probably go to just search Steven Plays on YouTube on the site, and in the About section, I feel like he has videos about it somewhere. But essentially it's pretty fun because he streams entire 24 hours this year's going to be November 2nd. Pretty much from noon to whenever they get too tired to stream anymore, which goes at least past midnight. And or when the PC explodes, if last year was any indication of that. Not literally explode, but yeah, it gets pretty crazy sometimes. I don't think we're gonna get a PC explosion, quote unquote, this year though. I'm pretty sure like they worked out the kinks with the whole system, but it's fun. It spurred Peggy, probably one of my favorite obscure memes in the whole Let's Playing community. So that was fun in and of itself. If you're curious more about Peggy, I recommend looking up the Amazing Island vlogs and go from there. Alright, check. No shinies, no perfects, no hundos, just stuff. Oh, and you can transfer the new costume Pokemon now, so that kind of gives me an indication it's not just for that Pikachu. This is thing going forward, which is a little bit alarming, to be honest. It feels like it'd be way too easy to transfer them, which, before you all say it, just favorite them, Jack. Okay, that's the solution. Yeah, I'm gonna favorite you too. Anyways, yeah, I'm looking forward to Extra Life. The one complication is that it's on this next Saturday, which is the same day that they're doing that Pokemon Go Colossal Discovery thing. But I'm kind of still on the fence of how much I'm going to take part in that. And the thing is, like, if I'm not going to spend enough time with it, it's not worth buying the pass. I'm not even going to go into the whole controversy revolving around it. I'm more cool with it than most people. Like, the thing that justifies doing the event for me personally is whether or not I can actually get the whole Pokemon experience. And the one thing that made me cool with things like Go Fest was the fact that it's a huge event that you spend with other people. And I'm just not sure if I'm going to get out of enough people on that day for a long enough period of time to justify it, especially when there's that stream I want to watch. It's just way too fun for me to pass out on completely. And sure, I can watch the VODs, but being there live and in the chat is like half the fun. I wasn't planning on doing 24 hours yet anyway, so I'm probably just going to play it by ear. One way or another though, my next Saturday is going to be pretty fun, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably go more. One of the topics I was meaning to go into for one of the podcast episodes that I'm procrastinating is in regards to my thoughts on the whole event, Colossal Discovery, and I think I might want. I'm feeling up to talking about research in general, or the way this game makes money in general. Paid events, raid passes. Just talk about the freemium aspect, because I think it would make for an interesting editorial at the least. It's just a matter of not getting involved with editing or recording this long enough to actually do it. For some reason, like the podcasts is one of the easiest things for me to procrastinate. Battle videos haven't been too much better in the whole procrastination thing, but part of that is because there was no Soul League last month, so I had no footage to work around with, even when I was filling up with it. As I've probably said it before, but not in a good long while. Videos, podcasts, pretty much all my online creativity is a hobby first and foremost, so I don't hold myself up to too high a standards, although I do pride myself on having a consistent schedule in some shape or form. I'll admit I could just work on being more consistent with the type of content that is coming up. Yes, I'm still sitting on a lot of Mario Maker footage, so at least I don't have to worry about having nothing to upload for a good chunk of time. And I think I'm about done cleaning up the box. I was gonna have lunch before going over and helping my dad paint. Well, I was supposed to be over helping him with wood, but I think he's gonna take advantage. From the context I got of his text, it seems like he's gonna take advantage of the fact that I'm putting time aside to help, to have him help with something that I didn't volunteer to help with. And it won't be that bad though. Either way, if I'm gonna have lunch before then, I should probably go do that now, because I told him an hour. I think that timer I set for 45 minutes is probably gonna go off sometime soon. And I don't think it was that long ago, or it was at least a few minutes before I even set that timer, or at least the time in between when he said come over in an hour and when I set that timer. So yeah, I'm really pushing the time I have for lunch, but at least I don't have to worry about this gaming show being too short. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all for the next one. Take care.